right.
Alrighty.
What's up, dude?
Not much, man. So I got to thinking the other day and how me living on my own in my apartment and there's nobody else around. I got people below me, people beside me, but I'm the only one in my apartment 4 hours away from everybody else.
Yeah.
What if there was a hidden door?
Like a portal to another world?
Yeah, to another, what if it's to Mars?
I don't know, that'd kind of be lame.
Okay, I guess Mars would be, but what if it's another galaxy that we haven't even explored yet as on Earth as humans? Another dimension just entirely.
I feel you. So what do you think? You show up, let's say there's other people there. What's the first thing you're doing? Are you the man, or are you
where the hell am
I?
I? Yeah. I'd be, I guess it depends on my welcome.
What if it's kind of absent? You kind of just
it feels like a dream?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'd live it out like a dream. But the fact of knowing you're awake.
But would you, though? You would be
knowing you're awake, and say you walk into your closet,
move
some clothes around, keep walking back into your closet, trip, you're in another dimension.
I don't know. I'd kind of feel like I was in another.
Right.
I'd feel like I was in a dream. I don't know that I would know.
But to know that you were alive. I don't know. It just fell through my closet.
Yeah, that would be.
And they know you.
Have you seen
you walk up and they're like, "What's up, Jordan?"
Are you into any analog horror?
Who?
Analog horror, like scary videos?
No. I did watch one with Tom McDonald. Tom McDonald talking about going to an abandoned island in Canada or Russia. Island, something like that. It was for
shout out Island Boys.
Island. Sorry, copyright. Anyway, it'd be, I can't remember what. I'd have to look at the video. He was talking about how he was walking around. It was during the time. I think it was in the 1800s. It was a not crematorium, not insane asylum. It's the place where they went to cure tuberculosis.
Mm-hmm.
They were looking for one of those, the big hospitals and stuff. They made a whole community out of it. And I can't remember for the life of me where it was, but he was talking about how, these two girls were, two girls, two kids. I don't want to stereotype them as, or, put a label on them if they were girls or boys. I think it might have been a brother and a sister. He had walked into a house, and there was a hole in the upstairs ceiling. There was a hole. It was a 2-story house. Mm-hmm. There was a hole, and there was a bunch of debris sitting the floor.
The ceiling had fell
The
out.
floor, yeah, it fell.
Gotcha.
And he said that he walked outside, and two children, ran up to him and started, talking to him. And then he went back, he freaked out. He went back home and was doing research on this island, and 2 kids had fell through that floor and died. I watched a reaction channel about it, and then I went back and watched the whole video.
That's pretty cool. Tom McDonald, the rapper Tom McDonald?
Yeah.
See, I don't know. Sometimes he's a little out there.
Right, but he went for a video shoot or something. And he explored this whole place.
That seems very dumb. But yeah, that's kind of on par with analog horror. I looked it up just so I could get good definition. It's found footage. It's people create scary scenarios through the lens of found footage.
You'll have to explain found footage.
So, say I go through, a haunted house, and I catch a ghost on my camera phone, and I'm recording it the whole way through. I die or disappear or whatever, and you find the camera. and then watched
Found
the footage.
footage.
Found footage, yeah.
Found the footage. Gotcha.
Kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's. Did you ever play that game?
I've watched it. I may have played it like twice.
It's kind of on par with that. That's really what started it, I think. But it's coming back, dude. And
So people like create scenarios.
yes,
How do you create seeing a ghost?
like digital.
Oh, so it's
like
fake.
digital effects. Some of it's real. So, some people are really cool. Like, I'll show you. Have you heard of the back rooms?
No, I don't know that I'm in the mood for scary stuff tonight, though.
It's just pretty neat. This guy created a whole YouTube channel. His name's like Zane Pixels or something on YouTube. But he does this whole bit where it's a play. Do you know what creepypasta is?
I've heard of it.
So like Slenderman,
Mm-hmm.
he's a creepypasta.
Okay.
So the Backrooms was one of those stories where it's kind of, there's
It could be,
some
but
loose
it's
ends.
not.
Yeah. So the Backrooms are this like idea that the government has found space
Outside of what we have.
outside of what we have.
What we know.
Tangibly, yes. So they like open a portal to another dimension essentially and use it as like a big storage unit or housing, because the idea is that obviously the population is going to increase to the point where the earth is inhabitable. So it's their idea of
COVID.
well, eventually.
Dude, what if everybody that has had COVID just got shipped to that place?
To the Backrooms?
Wherever to the dimension that the government is sending people.
Well, okay,
Like,
so
what if-
here's where it gets crazy, because then that would be population control. Everyone that knows what I'm talking about right now is like waiting for you to like learn the bad part about this. It's an endless maze.
Oh, dude.
An endless maze with a monster that will like kill you.
So like the Maze Runner.
Kind of, but
Can you get out of it? No, because it keeps on changing, right?
I don't know. Like that's the thing. I'm so interested in learning about it right now. But I
guess we can just walk in your closet and fall and find out. I mean,
it's kind of how it is. Like the start of the first video is these guys are doing like a mini documentary movie type thing,
Yeah.
and the cameraman falls backwards, and he wakes up in these. I'll show you a picture of it. I mean, obviously this is audio only, but it's like just a yellow room, like all the wallpaper's yellow. It's got like drop ceiling, and I mean it just goes forever.
oh, dude, I'd go crazy.
Forever.
I'd go crazy. Do you meet anybody? Like, is there anybody there that you could like?
None of the videos have explored that yet.
So like, as far as you know, you're the only one.
Yeah, except for this monster. And it's one of those situations, like, this picture's kind of goofy. It's one of those things where, like, when you look at the monster too long, it becomes unscary. You know what I mean? Kind of like, it's
Yeah.
kind of like just goofy to look at.
Yeah.
That's like that.
Like the, hey, you guys.
Well, he's not really a scary monster.
But I mean, like, watching Goonies as a kid, and you see somebody that's like, his eyeballs are out, you're like, whoa. And then, as as you adjust, and you're an adult now, and you see somebody with their eyes out, you're like, that's weird. But I wonder if like, you think to yourself, you see somebody with their eye out, you have to think to yourself, I wonder if I stick my finger in there and like, like, is it that sensitive? Like, can he feel his eyelids still?
Those are good questions. Yeah, but it's kind of like that. Like, the more you see it, the less scary it gets, type deal. But this monster, I don't know if it's like a security drone. But he kind of looks like, for those of you listening, it's like someone had just intertwined a bunch of
lampposts.
Yeah. But it'll walk around and it like follows you, and it hunts this dude down. And at the end of the video,
so what's he do whenever he kills you?
It doesn't. I think it makes it scarier that way. It doesn't show you.
He just leaves you lay. Obviously, he doesn't eat you.
I don't know.
Where are you gonna go if you get in that thing?
maybe he just rips you in half.
For those of you listening, it looks like a mic stand. Like I say lampshade, lamppost. Like it looks like wire. Like he looks, if you haven't seen,
if you haven't seen
it, it looks like wire. Like almost like somebody just like your third grade stick person is what he looks like.
Yeah, he really does.
No offense to anybody who's created this,
No, it's very terrifying. In context, it is.
Oh, I'm sure if I'm running through a maze and that thing is chasing me, yeah, I'm not going to turn around and fight it.
And it's like just drop ceiling with that weird like the buzzy lighting.
Oh yeah, fluorescence.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, even the wallpaper, like that kind of wallpaper in general, I'm kind of nervous about. Mm-hmm. But just that kind of wallpaper, like the yellow, like Nuketown 70s,
yes,
like wallpaper is like that is.
The carpet. This is like just one thing from the that they note. I don't know why they note it in the creepypasta, but the carpet is molded. Like it's just wet,
just like mildew.
Carpet. Yes.
Yeah.
And like,
see, that doesn't bother me as much.
But it's got a stink in there, dude. You think?
I mean, you'll definitely get sick.
Right. And what if you're in there for days?
Right. Exactly. How are you going to get out?
So
at this point, you're either dying because that thing is going to kill you, or you're going to die because you get so sick because you're not eating, you're not pushing fluids, and you're breathing in mold. Or you're going to adapt and become that thing.
That's pretty tough.
What if he's just trying to find the way out?
True.
New person's dropped in. Let's see if they can figure it out.
That's a good idea. Like, that could be a unique take on the Backrooms. But at the end of the video, this guy in the first video, spoilers ahead, but go watch it first. The guy in the video definitely dies at the end. I'm not sure how, but he does come face to face with the monster, and he falls backwards into like a vertical tunnel. But it's only like 10 feet. Like he definitely survived. Maybe he'd hurt a little bit getting up, but halfway through the tunnel fall, it's unclear if like the monster scratches him or anything to like physically harm him.
Like a headbutt.
Yeah.
What if it's like telekinesis?
That could be. I don't know.
Like he looks at you and your brain just goes numb.
I don't know. Well, see, because the human in the video makes eye contact with it several times, and he's like obviously freaked out, but it doesn't really show any signs of like control, I guess. But at the end of the video, he falls through that tunnel, and it transitions back to real life. Like he made it out, like the camera's out, but it's like 10,000 feet in the air, and it's falling from the sky, and it hits the floor.
So he brought it to Earth.
No, it's either only the camera made it back, or his physical body made it out, and he's just splat. It's a really crazy concept.
It's weird, dude. That is weird.
Like I just makes me wonder how like.
It makes me wonder like what's living on this earth.
Yeah.
Like Bigfoot. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of so you believe in like the Loch Ness Monster?
I don't know about Loch Ness. I definitely say that there is something in the water that we haven't explored yet.
Oh, 100%.
That is just enormous.
The amount of the ocean we've explored,
or the amount of the ocean that we haven't explored is the better statement. But it's. Have you seen Jurassic World with Chris Pratt?
Yeah, back when it first came out. It's been a minute.
The thing that jumps out of the water.
Oh, yeah, the big tank. Yes.
Smash, dude. I wouldn't rule that out that is at the bottom of the ocean somewhere.
I'm kind of on your team with that.
Because water's not a preservative, but the ocean is. salt water, salt is a preservative.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Water, if you keep something in water, it's gonna decay, but it won't decay as much because it's not oxidizing.
So you think like all the water dinosaurs
Could possibly still be there. That was straight off my head, dude. Like
that was pretty interesting. Did you see the thing about the dinosaur?
Yes, I did see that, and I saw a video on TikTok it was at some sort of theme park, whether it be Disney or Orlando.
Shout out Mickey.
Shout out Florida man.
Yeah, Florida man.
This guy was holding a dinosaur, and
so a dinosaur. What do you mean?
It looked like it was a baby T-Rex.
So it had hatched.
Yeah, what he was holding like an animal. Yes.
What?
And they were like, some kids walked up and was like, "Hey, like, can we pet it?" And he was like, "No, it's real." And they were like, "No way." He was like, "Yep." And he was like, "We actually cloned her from a lab." Like, yeah. I see. It was one of those videos that you watch and then you like, oh, whatever, and you scroll past it, and then 3 days later you're like, I wonder.
Well, I saw this post on Instagram where it was, maybe they have. I don't know.
It was perfectly preserved, wasn't it? It was
yes.
I saw where you had posted it. It said it was a perfectly preserved egg.
That's nuts.
Right, exactly. That goes back to my point. We don't know what's in the bottom of the ocean, just waiting to present itself, just adapting to the way the ocean is changing. Because the ocean, we litter the ocean. The ocean is just a dump for us now. It's so disgusting. What if that thing is adapting and just eating everything that it meets, climbing in altitude?
So it's just, you think it's growing up until the point it's going to come out like Godzilla?
I think it's adapting to where it could possibly. Yeah, exactly. Godzilla's a stretch, but I think
big enough to be a threat is what I mean.
100%. I think it's already big enough to be a threat.
But here's a funny thought.
You got to think. Look, alligators.
Yeah, alligators are freaky, dude.
Alligators are one of the oldest animals on the planet.
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure alligators and chickens are descended from dinosaurs.
Chickens?
Yeah, little. Yeah.
So it went from raw.
I don't know that it went. I almost wonder if that was one of those things that whenever the asteroid or meteoroid or whatever. I haven't done my. I was sick that day and.
The fire rock, we'll call it the technical term.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, fire rock.
Oh, okay. I was sick that day on astrology class. Rocks. Rocks!
Yeah, that's the noise it made on the way down.
Rock! Fire rock!
Fire rock! And the dinosaurs are like,
"Hey, yo, you hear that?
Yo, they didn't say this earlier, did they? Like, they didn't say this is going to happen? You hearing this?
Did you catch this on Flintstones? Did you catch this on the news this morning? Hey, bro.
It's the fire
You updated your leaf yet? Your news leaf?
Dude, do you think dinosaurs could, like... Well, this goes for all animals, really. Do you think they talk like we talk?
Like the nomenclature that they have?
Yeah, like just the way do you think they speak to each other in like their own language? Like obviously they can communicate.
I think
do you think like barking, like if I bark twice, that's the equivalent of yes? You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. So like obviously animals communicate 100%.
I think it's more of a body language.
Really?
That could also be the hunter in me. Me being a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I think just because you study so much on what for whitetails, you study so much on what the does are doing and when the bucks are going to rut. And you could tell by the way they walk, they have this kind of, sexy walk.
Yeah.
That they're, hello. And even with calls, calls have a certain communication.
Mm-hmm.
You can deer, if you spook a deer so walking into the woods, as you're walking, you pay close attention. If you ever go hunting, that's on my checklist for you, my to-do list with you, is to take you hunting with me. But walking through the woods, you need to be real careful on not to step on twigs, not to do anything. And then even, you can't help it. There will be a doe or a deer bedded down, and she'll blow. She'll blow, and that's an alert. Any deer, they've been taught. I watched a documentary on this. I've got it on a flash drive from. They call him the deer doctor. His name's Dr. Peter Fiducia.
Nice.
And he.
Shout out Peter.
Yeah, shout out Pete. He will, they'll blow, and deer have been taught since birth to run from that.
So that's like their
that's their tornado siren.
I got you. So this is a funny thought. So say you've got a duck call or a deer call or anything, like that you blow into that. Is a deer call a thing? Am I being ignorant?
No, you're good. Yeah,
Okay.
They've got grunt calls.
Okay, yeah. So what if that call is just like a one-letter word, or not a one-letter word, like a one-syllable word, where it's like,
hey, well,
hey, and then all the deer are like, oh, there's somebody over here.
Some deer calls. See, that's how you would want them to think. That's what you want them to do. With the one, I have a grunt call,
mm-hmm.
and I have it's called an estrus bleat or an estrus blat, and it's you put there's a little hole in the bottom, so you may have seen something like this. You tip it over. It's a little can. It'll go bah.
No, I've seen
bah, and you got to put your finger over the hole in the bottom, because walking through the woods, you don't want it going bah, bah,
yeah.
but it'll click back and forth, click, click, click. So you gotta hold it, and it's forcing that air out. So, and if you hold it for too long, that's an alert, because it'll go bah. That's an alert.
So
it's a very lamb-like sound.
Why is your alert, or why is your lure an alert?
It's the length. Because, we can talk like this. We can talk real high, and then we can talk really low. That's almost universal for them, unless you get like a deer with a bigger diaphragm. And even Dr. Peter Fiducia talks about grunt calls, and people will on most grunt calls you can extend it, like that little tube that you played with a kid as a kid. You can extend it and then blow it, and then you could set it to buck, and then you can blow in it, and it'll go.
Okay, so it just changes the pitch.
Yeah, and he said that if you set it like real low and then you blow hard into that, it's you're not going to attract a big deer. It's going to be you're basically looking at that deer that's all the way across the field going, "Hey, you, get over here," and like wanting to fight him, because.
Oh, so it's one of those type. You can also do it that way. You can
scare them off on purpose, yes.
But you can also instigate like the males, like, "Hey, there's a fight over here."
Okay, so what? It's a dominant thing. If a guy walks up to your girlfriend and is like, "What's up?"
I'm gonna look at him and go.
But okay. For me, if somebody walked up to the girl that I was talking to, or my girlfriend, and they were like, "Hey," trying to smooze her into Dinoco,
You'd buck up.
Exactly. You'd buck up.
Yeah. Is that where that phrase comes from?
Probably.
No way,
dude. I wouldn't rule that out.
It's different for us city boys out here.
But so you'd want to seem like a premature buck.
Yeah.
You'd want to seem like a little small deer, a little small buck, trying to talk to a mature doe.
I got you.
And then so that will in turn lure bigger bucks in the area that think that they're dominant and to run you off because that's their doe that they've been hunting.
I get it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's, I don't know if you've ever seen where, like, the antlers, rattling antlers.
Yeah.
So people are like, yeah, I got these big antlers, and I'm going to hit. And they can hear that. They can hear the size of the horns that you're clacking together. So if they think that two big bucks are over there fighting, no matter what size of the buck it is, he knows that that's a big buck that could be bigger than him. So he's not going over there. So you get a couple of little rinky-dink click, 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 and just start clicking them in the woods. He's going to be like, all right, who's fighting? We need to run them off.
Yeah.
It's a dominant thing.
Yeah. Dominant thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty neat. I've never, hunting's been something
We've talked about
I'd be
it.
interested
We
in
talked
trying.
about it in Florida.
There's no way I could, like, gut into something.
You think that?
No, I know that, dude. I know that about myself. Like, that would be really, that'd be tough for me.
You're scared of the smell of milk.
Dude, if I open a thing of milk, it could be brand new.
Yeah.
If I open milk and smell it, it's expired. It's done in my head. There's no way I'm drinking it. If I pour it in a cup and I smell it, it's totally different. I don't know why.
Do you shake your milk?
No. Is that a common thing?
We do it in our household. Mom will get the milk out and shake it. It's just me and Mom that do it in our household. I think Grandma does it, but Mom will get it out and shake it. And she said that she was in college or in high school one time, and her professor or her teacher was like, hey, go home, look in your milk thing. You could see, like, I guess it's fat.
Yeah.
And he said you could see, like, the fat on the top of your milk.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I won't even test that theory.
Mom went home and looked, sure enough, so she started shaking it up.
So it just, like, it fixes it.
I mean, I'm sure it just stirs it around. That's like, have you looked at the bottom of, like, a tea glass?
Yeah.
And you see, like, all the herbs that are in the bottom of it?
Yeah.
So you shake it up, right?
Yeah.
So you shake it up, and then you're, like, looking in there to see if you can see any more.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
So they're still in there.
See, I don't know.
So I guess, would you just not know that you're drinking it? Or would you, like, drink it and be able to, like, watch? See, for, like, chocolate milk with me, you know how chocolate sticks to the bottom of the cup?
Yeah.
So chocolate milk, you could see where it's, like, the chocolate out of the milk is starting to run down into your milk whenever you get down to, like, the little last bit of your milk. And then you'd, like... So, like, if your herbs was still on there on your tea, would you be okay with still drinking it because the herbs have settled? Or would you rather intake those herbs?
That's a good question. With milk, tea, not so much. I don't think I'd even bat an eye. I think I'd just drink it straight up because I know it's gonna be in there no matter what. But it's more of like a It's not necessarily. I'm worried about what I'm putting in my body with milk. It's just kind of like the smell. It just does something to my brain.
Just turns you way off.
Yeah, I won't drink milk. And
is that because have you smelled like curdled milk? Or like super expired milk? Like have you had to,
yes.
So you've had a traumatic experience with milk that just turns you off to it. Yeah. That's like my dad tells a story about his buddies. My stepdad tells a story about his buddies. They were all partying and they were all drinking just crazy. And it was at somebody's birthday party and they were drinking and beer has and tequila has yeast in it.
Right.
The bread also has yeast in it.
Yeah, just a little heads up for you guys that didn't know that out there.
What?
Bread has yeast.
Bread has yeast. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Did you?
Yes, I knew that.
Okay.
Keep going.
So, this one of Eric's buddies got just 3 sheets to the wind, dude, just done. And are we still good?
Yeah, we're still good.
Okay.
Just making sure.
And so 3 weeks later, he goes back or maybe it's a week later, and he opens his bread drawer and about just throws up all over the place.
Oh, like he did.
Because he had smelled the yeast, and that night was so crazy, he was throwing up that night. So he had smelled that yeast whenever he opened up the bread drawer.
Dang.
So, are you the same way with milk?
Milk?
Like, it just gives you a flashback?
Kinda, yeah. But it's more so like, I know what good milk smells like. So if it's not just the freshest of milk, I can smell that it's not. So as soon as I recognize, like, oh, this milk isn't new, it's like expired. Now here's the thing. It might just be placebo. It might just be the way my brain works. But if I don't smell it, I think I could drink expired milk if I didn't smell it.
So, like, if you got COVID, couldn't smell.
Oh, I'd be guzzling milk, dude.
Really?
Glug, 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 glug. Milk. All day.
God, expired milk. Did I tell you about that the other day in class? It was like like the first week of our new semester, and for my school, you can only miss 3 days.
Right.
You can make those 3 days up, but you can only miss 3 days. 4th day, you don't come to school. Come back on the 5th, you're done.
Right.
So, this guy had missed the first 2 days of school, and yeah, he's already sitting hot. You can only miss 3 days per 10 weeks. So, first day he comes in, which is our 3rd day already.
Right.
And he comes in, and my teacher, his motto, he just says, "Just be here." That's his thing. He doesn't care why you're gone, and he'll syllabus day. He'll go through this whole spiel. I don't care why you're not here. I don't care. Your cat died for the 18th time. I don't care. And he's like, not that I don't. And he won't ask you how your day's going.
Yeah.
I'll go, "Hey, how's your day?" "Wonderful." Won't say, "How about you?" And I don't care. I don't care.
You care.
Not
a little bit.
I don't not care to the fullest extent, but like
that hurts.
You're not gonna ask me how my day's
Yeah,
going?
that hurts.
But like, and then he'll be like, he said I've done that so many times. He said it's not that I don't care how your day's going, it's that I don't want to know your life story.
Yeah, I could get that.
Because, you walk in the gas station, somebody's in there, and you're like, "What's up? How you doing?" "Pretty good. How are you?" Like, that's, you almost, sometimes you'll get "Oh, man, could be better."
And
I've never gotten "Today has been so bad. Oh my gosh, I was driving down the road and I hit a deer, and then I got out and then the deer hit me." And then, like, you know what I'm saying? I've never had that experience. And people talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, I wear a talk to me shirt on 9 days out of the 7. But, like, I understand where it's coming from with that.
Yeah.
But this guy walks in.
Real quick,
yeah,
and I'll let you get back. I hate when, like, that type of response where it's like, "How's your day going?" I hate being in your shoes at that moment, because then I've got to either genuinely care about the conversation, or I have to just put on a fake smile and say,
"I'm fake
good.
As can be.
How's your day?" Even if you don't care about my day, why do you ask? You know what I mean? I hate that. I hate when people just give me responses that they don't mean. Like
"I'm sorry."
Yes, like that is the worst. If you're not sorry,
don't apologize.
Don't say "I'm sorry." If you're sorry,
if you are sorry, I apologize.
Or show effort.
How can I make this up to you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
I got you.
But you never just like, you shouldn't do it to where it's just you're filling empty space. Like that's not something you should do, I feel
like I don't ever just not talk to people. If somebody talks to me,
yeah,
I'll be like, all right. I'll be like, okay, and talk to you. But I won't just, if somebody comes up to me and is like, "How you doing?" They're like, "Pretty good. How about you?"
Yeah.
Whether I care or not.
See, but that's so. that's where I understand what your teacher's saying. Like, if you don't have time or you don't care to hear the answer to how about you, don't ask it.
Right.
So I kind of get what he's.
So then
what he's saying.
So then it's your obligation if you're going to ask him how his day's going.
Right.
Yeah, I get it because you already know that he's not going to ask you how your day's going.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on you. On if you want that response, if you want that conversation to come back where you're telling him how your day is actually going, because you think he cares, because you know he's like he walks in, and I'll be like, "Hey, how's your day?" Great. How about you?
Let's keep it a stack though. Most people only ask that question because they want to tell the other person how their day's going.
I agree. But I've gotten to the point now, it's almost like I get that. I really do. Because women are like...
Careful here.
No. Women are like, I like it whenever a guy... at least I've seen people are like, I like it whenever a guy asks how my day's going.
Yeah. If it's genuine,
cares.
Yeah,
if
right.
If he cares.
Right.
So, like, with me, I was talking to a girl a while back, and she was like, how did you sleep? Is one of those that, like, nobody cares about.
Right.
And
right.
She was like, how did you sleep and how your day is going? Is one of those that just nobody cares about.
Just to keep the conversation
me as a
flowing.
guy that wants to talk to her and have a relationship with her, I do it all the time. You sleep okay?
But do you care?
Yes. 100%. 100%, because that'll set the vibe.
I got you.
That'll set the vibe for the rest of the day. If I know she didn't sleep good, I'm not going to be like, hey.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
I get what you mean.
But there's nothing I can do about her not sleeping.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do about you having a bad day.
True.
There's nothing I can do about that. I can only control me and me.
True.
You know?
Shout out me.
Shut up me. At the end of the day, it's just, I can't, you can't control stuff that you can't control.
Yeah.
Quit trying to.
That's a good message.
Quit trying to control stuff that you can't control.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things, I'm going to tell you this, and I will never follow my own advice.
That's what we call a hypocrite, I think.
No. No. Hypocrites are...
okay.
Hypocrites
what did you say? What did you say, though?
Hypocrites are...
No, before that.
Hypocrites are...
Okay, what are hypocrites?
Don't smoke. Turns around and smokes.
So, what did you...
It's like the...
Here, take this advice, but I'm not going to do it. That's the same thing.
But at the same time, it's not like I know I should do it. I just catch myself not doing it.
Okay. So you're just flawed.
Like everybody else.
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel like me, I want to be that guy that's like, how did you sleep?
Yeah.
And then that will set the vibe for the rest of the day. And then I want to be that guy that's like, he genuinely cares. That's why I think you should watch Hitch.
Hitch?
With Will Smith.
Oh, I have heard about this, yes.
Yeah. It's a really good one.
I love Will Smith, dude.
Yeah, he walks up to this table, and this other guy had already been at the table flirting with this woman, and they were in this bar, and this other guy had already been at this table flirting with this woman, and then he starts quoting a book.
Mm-hmm.
Starts trying to hit her with a pickup line, fires, misses, and she is just deflecting like crazy. Super smart woman.
Yeah.
So he starts quoting this book, and Will Smith is like, oh my gosh, this is so generic.
Mm-hmm.
And so he turns around, finishes the quote, and then looks at her and was like, sorry, I'm late. And that guy stood up and left. And then he sat down, gave her a drink, and then started talking to her. They actually start talking, and she was like, well, he was like, a guy like me or something like along those lines would ask how your day's going. And she said, well, if he would genuinely care, and he goes, oh, he cares. And then she tells him how her day's going. And I think letting them talk is another thing. You have to let them talk.
I think that's important for anyone.
Yeah.
But that goes back to the thing. Only invite someone to talk if you actually care about what they're going to say.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't... it seems so idiotic to me to just... why's that got you upset, Dane? And then just, like, totally ignore... Like, I'll hear you, but I'm not listening. That type of thing. You know what I mean?
See, okay, that's implying that you've had a full-on conversation. Why has that gotten you upset? You've already crossed that line.
Or anything. How's your day? Good. How's your day going? I'm gonna hear your response, but like I don't know if I'm gonna listen to re-engage.
I'm so generic like that. If we're in the gas station, I'm getting me a Mountain Dew. Somebody walks up and is like, "What's up, man?" Like, what's going on? Nothing much. How are you?
See, but those are meaningless questions.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on is a meaningless question.
Yeah. What's up, man? Not much.
Right, because like
if they don't get the vibe that I don't want to talk, they should not be offended whenever I say
nothing.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Nothing's up, dude.
Whenever I'm like,
ring my chips up, nerd.
Are you paying for my food? If you're not paying for my food, I'm not going to talk to you.
No, you know what you do?
I hate being like that.
You know what you do in that situation where a gas station clerk, or whatever, how's your day going today? Look at him. This will trip him up. Look at him and go, are you paying cash or card? They will not know what to do. They will be so confused.
Credit or debit?
They'll go, oh, what am I paying? Wait. That's what'll happen.
Have you done this? It kind of makes me want to go get Polar Pops right now and
I think it'd be funny.
Test it.
I think it'd be funny. See, but the thing about Polar Pops is you're 9 out of 10 times you're paying with cash.
With Polar Pops?
Yes. Who wants a 79-cent charge on their debit or credit card?
I bought a Polar Pop today.
With your card?
Yeah. It's $1.69. $1.69.
You're for real?
Yeah, dude.
Was it even like the
Shout
big
out Casey's.
One?
Yeah, baby. I am a Casey's Rewards member, so.
And it was still $1.69?
Yeah, buddy. But I could have got it for free.
Well, now you just seem like an idiot.
No, I'm trying. Casey's Rewards. I'm trying to save up my.
Oh,
my rewards
I got
points.
you.
I think I have like $3 and something for Casey's Cash is what they call it.
So you're gonna save up for like a tank of gas or something?
I'm gonna try and save up.
I got you.
My goal is 17 cents a gallon.
Gas is crazy, dude.
Gas was $3.49 whenever I left.
I think that's what it is down the road.
Yeah.
It's got
Price of Polar Pops ain't going up though.
It's actually really smart though. It's keeping people inside. I think the gas prices are lowering the numbers of COVID. Changed my mind.
Oh my God.
Think about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
People would be going way more places if it was like not so expensive to go.
Yeah.
And I'm teetering the line of politics here.
Yeah, whatever.
But
yeah.
I think whether you support left or right, whoever, gas is ridiculous.
If that, yeah, no matter what side you are on, gas prices are ridiculous right now, especially in the Midwest, in southern Indiana and southern Illinois.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on that.
And apparently out in California, it's like $4 no matter, like, on a good day. Like on a good day, it's like $4.
Crazy. Can you just imagine spending like $80 for a tank of gas?
For half a tank, dude.
You think?
Depending on the car you drive. Dude, I saw a thing. Somebody was broke down on the side of the road charging their Tesla with a diesel generator.
That's pretty interesting. Huh. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
No, spoiled milk. My teacher, and not caring about how your day is, guy walks in on the third day, and he's like, hey, sorry I wasn't here yesterday. I drank spoiled milk. Nobody threw it away.
No.
Yeah. My teacher doesn't care.
See, if I were a teacher in that position, you might have an A in my class. Because I know what you're going through.
Nah.
Have you ever drank spoiled milk like that?
I've drank Dad's chew.
Spoiled milk, Dane.
Dad's chew bottle. Spit. Tobacco. Came out of my father's mouth into a bottle with with more saliva and more tobacco. I was sitting in Mom's car, and I had my bottle of water in between my legs, and Dad's chew was sitting in the cup holder.
And you just took a swig?
I switched them around.
Why?
I was like, my water is more important than Dad's chew, so it gets the cup holder.
Oh.
So yeah, like priority.
I
like,
got you.
Yeah, like seniority. So
Well, come on.
what?
Seniority.
Priority.
Over your dad, priority.
Priority. But anyway, social. Social class, ladder, whatever.
Yeah, I
So-
definitely would put water over tobacco.
Like that's a useless cup holder if it's got something that I'm not going to use in it.
Like a tobacco.
Dad wasn't even in the car.
He didn't take it with him?
No, he's got like 6.
Okay.
I mean, he's got some in his truck.
I got you.
A couple through the house. You know,
water definitely gets priority.
exactly. So I switch him around. We're riding down the road, and I've got a water bottle in between my legs. It's dark outside.
You forgot? You forgot? Oh.
I forgot. Yeah, dude. And I was young.
Dude, perfect segue. Full circle moment right here.
What's up?
If I drank a bottle of tobacco and forgot that my water bottle wasn't in my hand, I'd fall over and land in the back rooms. I'd wake up in that yellow room.
Yo.
I'd be terrified. Yeah. I'd be pretty. Yeah, it'd be pretty crazy.
Wow, dude. Wow.